Alrighty. Sorry, I'm at a friend's house and having to use like their having to use like a different room.
Oh,
Yeah, they're in the other room playing Faerun, and my barbarian did barbarian stuff.
am I missing something here?
Um, yeah, I was. They invited me over to game, and I said like, well, I gotta do this. I gotta play. I gotta do something at 9, and basically, I got my barbarian got killed and or knocked out about 2 minutes before I actually got logged on.
Is everyone here?
Yep. Yeah, sorry for the delay.
No, sorry for the delay. The baby's giving us trouble getting to sleep, and just want to give you guys a warning, a heads up. Holly and I and the baby have all been pretty sick this week. So we're gonna get through this, the best we can. But the both of us are still pretty sick and pretty tired tonight. So
If you need to do a shorter session, that's fine.
Yeah, man.
Before we dive into things, I have a couple of questions for you, Matt.
please go ahead.
So, I just want to make sure I'm understanding everything that we kind of witnessed out of character last session. So, from my perspective, it looks like this guy Wotan, right? He used this horn to feed blood to me, which was his own blood, which then revived me, right? Then he used blood from Frigga, I think is how he addressed her, to raise
Frigg.
Britta. Frigg, yeah, same name, basically, different societies called her different names, but same person. But yeah, he raised Britta, right, with her blood, and then he used someone else who I don't remember her name, as a different woman, right, for Gaius. Is that correct?
For Gaius, it was a blood-soaked sea sponge.
Oh, okay. And then Yanish, he bled out of a third eye? Am I
That's
remembering?
correct.
Okay.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, I'm just establishing here that, because I remember you specifically saying we all had a blood bond to someone, and everyone except me, their blood bond was question mark, question mark, question mark.
Correct.
For all we know, everybody has the same sire, but I know for sure that I'm bloodbound one stage to this guy, and you guys don't know.
Yeah, you're not even aware of what a blood bond is. I'm having you all recorded so that you are aware of how you are to act towards the Domator. With having a blood bond of one, you obviously feel feelings, powerful emotions towards them or against them, but not necessarily always acting in their best interest. You do feel yourself drawn to them. You want to be around them. Yada yada yada. You don't need a full explanation of the blood oath, but I want you to behave as if you have a blood oath of one, but I'm letting everyone else know you don't have that bond that you would normally associate with.
Not with him, at least. But
Not with him, but you may feel these feelings towards someone else should you ever encounter them.
okay, yeah, that's an interesting distinction. So that's what I wanted to ask about. I will roleplay that appropriately.
Okay, what other questions you got?
That was all I had.
Oh, okay. Anybody else got any questions before we start?
I did have a quick question. It's not game related though. So Andrew and I were we were contemplating this idea. I wanted to try to do like a short little video to where I would kind of like talk to other storytellers and get their ideas on what makes a good story, what good storytelling is, and what bad storytelling is, and kind of like use it as a teaching tool for like new people who they want to be like a game master or a storyteller, but they've never really done it, and they don't really have may not have like a concept of what they should or should not try.
And your question about that is what?
I just want to know if you guys wanted to. I mean, I know Andrew was probably thinking about doing it. If the rest of you would like to be part of it, be part of like that kind of discussion.
Well, I'm honored that you think I should be a part of that. I would possibly be willing to. It depends on the time constraint, because right now time is a huge issue.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on when you would want to do it.
I
How much preparation would I need?
not. I don't intend for it to be like a big or a long thing. Just kind of like a simple, hey, here's the subject. Good storytelling. What do you think is good storytelling? How do you think a good storyteller tells a story and such? And just that idea. And I was.
If you need to break it down into parts with individuals to make the scheduling work, then I mean that works too. I mean,
Okay.
I know that this is one of those few times where we can get all of us together where the timing works, and sometimes people are really busy outside of that. So
Yeah.
there's no harm in like breaking it down into just discussing it with people individually and just splicing it all together.
Yeah. I could do that. It's just.
So anyway, with that in mind, sure, yeah, I'm willing to work with you. In whatever capacity you need me to on that. Then sure.
Okay. That was just it. I was just curious if you guys wanted to try something like that. But other than that, with the game, I'm set to go.
Okay. We left off. Are we picking up where we left off?
Yes, we are. We are picking up right where we left off. When last we left off, the player characters had been brought into Undeath. The mountain of unnatural health named Wotan returns to the room mere minutes after leaving, this time dragging the snarling, dirt-caked Latin turncoat. A rough gash has been torn in the Latin's forehead, in which lay a jaundiced eye, wide with confusion and darting about erratically. It is done. Listen closely, children, and gather around me. He kisses each of you in turn on the forehead. Willpowers for all of you?
Like a total or like a roll?
Total.
I have willpower 7.
I have 8.
I have 10.
I'm pulling my sheet up real fast. Let me. I believe it's 7 or 8, but I'm gonna confirm that. Seven. Okay. And difficulty 6.
No, I needed to know your scores, not the.
Oh, okay.
1 second, pulling up a page here.
Yeah, I'm full of questions. I was about to start asking them, but if he's talking, I'm giving him the deference of like letting him speak to us. Not interrupting this guy at all.
Oh no, Botch, please.
It's gonna be one of those days. sometimes the bots are not super responsive. Discord can be slow.
Oh no.
Do you have your dice?
I mean, yeah, they're upstairs. I can go get them. I just, for record keeping.
Yeah. Occasionally, for you guys, the Discord will have hiccups where just like the bot takes a while to respond, like upwards to like 10 minutes. So, what I've done on my own game is like, all right, let's just break out our dice and roll, and I just trust you guys to tell me the truth. That's what I've done. If need be, like Matt, if you want to, do you know a third party like source like rolls.org or something?
Yeah, there's a Brock Jones. I can post a link.
I guess go ahead and post the link, yeah.
Let's see. The bot's offline.
Yeah, I see it.
He's like, nah, it's too late in the night for me.
Wait, where are you seeing the bots offline?
On the right hand side where it shows like the members and the full list of like everyone who's online, the bot shows offline.
Huh, how about that?
So it's probably a Discord wide thing. Well, no, it's not. I'm looking at another server right now. Yeah, it's working exactly as it should in another server. So I don't know what the problem is.
Okay. Give me 5 minutes. Let me see if I can find a solution to this online real quick, guys.
I mean, we can always use an online dice roller. I just looked in multiple different servers that have this bot, including the one that we use for the other game, and they're all working. I don't know what the deal is. It's a pretty good roller, the link that you sent.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Real simple, really easy to figure out. Make custom rolls and everything. The only downside is that it doesn't show you like a history for like other people.
Nah, I think you could probably like do a screenshot though if you wanted.
Yeah, I know Firefox has like an in-browser screenshot tool.
This is a website that I've used before, rolls.org, and that one where you can create a profile and join a room and just yeah, you can roll dice with it. Does pretty much the same thing. You don't even have to register. You can just make up a new profile every time if you want. I think you have to register to create a dice room, though.
Yeah, you just need to. I think you gotta register that.
Yeah. I have a registered profile, so I could create a room if you guys wanted.
Doesn't bother me.
It's just up to Matt if he can figure something out. Or I have dice on my desk right now. We can just roll them out and I can tell you what I got.
That works too.
Hold up, I think I got it back.
It is online now. Hey!
Okay, and I didn't write anything down, so I'm sorry. Can you all tell me your willpowers again?
7.
8.
10.
7.
So I have 2 7s, an 8, and a 10, is that correct?
Yep.
First one would have been on Callum, so we've got 2. Looks like 5 successes on him. Who had 8?
I did. Guys.
There's like 7 on Gaia. Britta, are you spending a willpower?
Yes, I will.
Okay, can you get the book? Look up your merit.
What's her merit?
It's Iron Will. It's a V20 modern. Looks like he's got 1 on Britta.
It adds +3 to the difficulty.
It depends on the level used.
Let's see, level 6 powers. Expenditure of a willpower point through Iron Will only raises the difficulty of the discipline roll by 2. Level 7 powers increase by 1. Level 8 powers cannot be resisted with Iron Will. So it depends on what level he has. were to enhance a level 2 power, then yeah, she can't resist it.
Alright, and who haven't I gotten yet? Inish.
Yes, minus 7.
Okay, and it looks like I've got 2 on you.
Okay.
So what is the what is happening?
Oh, hold on, I had a question about it. Oh, I just rereading it for me. Thank you, guys.
Okay, sorry. Now got those rolls out of the way.
Right. So what happens? He started talking. He rolled some stuff. Evans does.
Alright, he kissed each of you in turn on the forehead, and then he says to all of you, "Now we must rest. The sun rises soon. You will need to rest, my children, for the sun will bring your demise. While Mithras yet survives, it will always be so. This room is quite safe. I encourage you to make yourselves comfortable, but if you need, I can tuck you in." His legs and clothing begin to liquefy, blending into the earth itself. How do you respond?
Can I try and like talk to him before he liquefies?
Yeah, no, he's just doing, he is half and half right now. He's not transforming all the way.
Okay. I wanted to try and talk to him. I had a question for him. Do I need to spend a willpower point for that?
No, you can question him. The suggestion is that you all need to rest and sleep. So that's the suggestion that you're all receiving in your minds through touch.
Okay. So I'll just kind of, as he's like melding into the earth, stop with like the grooming that I was doing. Remember, I was like licking my hands and all that shit.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I'll kind of stop and I'll just be like, "Wotan, what manner of god are ye to raise the dead and turn us into these things that crave the flesh of the living? Please, I must know."
Boy, he turns and looks towards you, staring you in the eyes. "I have walked these lands long before the time of your ancestors, and I will walk it forevermore until the fiery rains destroy us all. Your kind would know me as a god. If you recall, there's that weird translation effect that's going on with his voice. Everyone hears this in a different language, depending on what they're more familiar with. This word, God, is either in Druidic, Latin, or Hebrew, depending on who you are.
Okay.
I am nothing of the sort. For your valor in fighting for your people and for your various talents, I have ushered you into immortality and saved you from death's clutches. But even this existence is fleeting, and you must be aware of many of the same perils you faced in your previous life. Disease and age can never touch you, but while you are young, a well-placed blade can still be your end. You will still eventually expire, lest you feed upon the souls of humanity stored in their blood. The sun will torment you and burn you during the day, but you have earned the Sun King's ire. Avoid it, or meet your end. The moon will provide you refuge, but this will all wait. You are young, and your worth yet unproven. Sit now and sup with your father, as I have a task I would ask of you tomorrow evening.
I will give him like whatever the customary sign of respect is. I know that some cultures it's like a bow, and others it's a salute of some kind. I don't know what it was for the Celts at all, the pigs, what they did. But whatever that may have been, there's always something. I'm going to give him that.
He recognizes your gesture in kind. Does anyone else have anything else to say?
Guys is confused, currently.
I guess I don't understand, Wotan, why are you collecting all of these warriors together? What's your plan? Why are we here? How should I be training and preparing for the battle ahead? I don't even know my enemy.
Well, is it not obvious? Your enemy is the same, girl.
He
The
named
man
it
who pursues you.
Mithras.
He has an army at his beck and call. I will meet one as well. It's that simple.
Well, what you have here is far better than anything those Roman pigs have, I tell you that. So we'll just be hunting men?
I will discuss your quarry with you tomorrow.
She will do a sign of respect and, I guess, proceed to a burial mound or whatever we're using to sleep today.
Out of character, he stated to you the room is safe enough. You can just sleep where you are. If you want, he offered to tuck you in, whatever that means.
Does Daddy need to tuck you in?
It means to use a suggestion, go the fuck to sleep. A power I wish I had, like, so much every night.
I'm going to see if I can take my weapon and presuming the blade is reflective enough, see if I can look at the whatever is causing my forehead to bleed.
That would be very difficult to do, given that this place is designed to be light-proof. There is a small fire pit with burning embers near the center of the chamber.
You may have to wait till discover your third eye.
Yes, it's just the thought of like, I'm a fighter, and then something's causing me to bleed. So I'm like, what is this? What hit me in the head?
Well,
You sure it's not the wounds you suffered?
there's a question I have for you. Salubri, can they see functionally out of the third eye? Are you aware of it as a portion of your body now?
My understanding is that they know they can see out of it. Anytime it's open, it's like a normal eye. But he has like all these flaws around it, so I don't know.
But his flaw is just that it tears open his flesh every time. He has an imperfect third eye, essentially. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't function the same way the Salubri eyes should. So you should actually have sort of I don't know what a trinary perspective looks like, but a somewhat expanded field of vision.
How it works is that the third eye allows you to the Salubri third eye basically allows you to see things that it pretty much like it's when you're looking through both eyes, they work together, so it looks like you're just seeing one thing. So with the third eye open, it's not like even though it is a separate thing, it works together with the two other eyes to make it just look like, okay, they're all like a focal point. What it actually does is that it kind of expands on what you're capable of seeing. So you might see things like, okay, I might see colors, I might see, something that most people can't see.
Sounds like an excuse to put dots into awareness and aspects. That's what it sounds like to me.
But you do have some sort of enhanced perspective. That you are somewhat aware that something has been added to your anatomy.
Yeah.
You have another eye. That's a jarring experience in itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can flex it the same way you can anything else.
So, with him like melding into the earth here, and like these commands he's given us, I feel like Callum, building off of the XP I spent, Callum is kind of probably going to try to mimic what he's doing. He's going to be like, oh, well, he gifted me with these other powers somehow. What if I could do that too? And just like attempt to just meld himself into the earth as well. Like just sinking down instinctually into the ground. Is that a thing I can do?
Yes, you don't bond with it like liquid the same way that he does. It doesn't flow up in and around your body, but you do start to begin sinking into the dirt. It just starts to part underneath of your feet, and you sink down into it. Even as he still looks at you, he laughs. A prodigy, I see.
I'm gonna feel a little bit of pride at that. Like, for some reason, I like his praise. I don't understand why yet, but I enjoy that he's praising me for this.
Young Callum has tucked himself in. Does anyone else need a tuck?
I think Gaius would just kind of lay down at that, like, trying to like meld into the ground the same way, but not entirely sure how.
Is there a bunk or something with lots of animal furs?
There is a center table area, like a long, table bench.
Wait, what are those big ass wolves doing? Are they there still?
They left outside, so they did not come inside.
Oh.
Well, I use those animal skins or blankets or what have you, and I make myself comfortable with my blades at the ready.
Okay. Rutan finishes sinking himself fully into the earth, and then the ground underneath of Gaius begins to liquefy and spread open for him, entombing him inside of it. The rumbling then moves away. Inish, do you do anything?
I just find like a quiet place by myself and just stay there.
Okay, I assume you're not going to give in to, or not going to try to resist Torpor here?
Nah.
Okay, and eventually you do also fall into sleep in a corner somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I just had this really weird thought, he sits over there in the corner, he's got his Gladius over there, and he closed his eyes, and he's got this one eye looking around like, what's that, what's that, what's that, what's that? He just won't close.
You're like trying to sleep, but you have this one eye open that's like bleeding and like looking around, just like paranoid, like.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what was that?
That's so fucked up. Until like the sun comes up and you're like forced into torpor.
Yep.
Time passes, and when you all rise, go ahead and spend a blood point. Wotan is already seated in one of the throne chairs on the wooden dais at the head of the room. The other chair is empty.
So I come like out of the ground. I know that when you're like disturbed, you come exploding out. Like you just meld out normally whenever otherwise.
So wait, I'm sorry. You explode out or you melt out?
I'm asking, like, so I know that whenever you're disturbed, you explode out, and like people can like use a strength 5 feet of strength roll to try to interrupt you being bonded with the earth, right? And you just explode out angry. But otherwise, it doesn't say. So I'm imagining that you just come out like the way you went in.
Yeah, the way I imagine is the dirt literally parts itself from the ground up, essentially, just rolling backwards, and the vampire underneath comes out.
I know it's weird, but I always just kind of picture it like you guys had to crawl out of your grave every night. That was one of the psychological costs of the power, but I might be weird.
I think you're just weird.
You don't come exploding out. You just the dirt parts over your head and your face, and then slowly rolls backward, and you're able to rise up from your grave.
Okay. What about the others? All entombed and shit.
Well, Rhythm was just laying there. She just gets up. Gaius is the same thing. He essentially just had a form of Earth Knell used on him. So it's the exact same way.
So do I gotta make that willpower roll? Because I have the flaw in nightmares.
Hang on, is this in the Dark Ages book or the Modern Handbook?
This is the Dark Ages.
Okay, let me just look it up real quick.
It is on 422. Pretty brutal. It's a willpower roll, or you lose 1 dice on all actions until you next leave. It doesn't give a difficulty, so I imagine that that leaves it up to you to be mean or kind.
Yeah, go ahead and make your willpower roll. It'll be a DC, let's just go with 6.
Willpower is it's just a straight 8, or
Is your score 8?
yeah.
Okay, then you roll 8d10.
What's the difficulty?
No, not you, not you.
Okay.
You're fine. It was just him because he has that flaw.
Okay, so yeah, you're perfectly fine for today. If you had nightmares, you don't recall them.
So he's on the throne. The others are stirring and awakening. Callum is, again, he's still very curious about what has happened, but he's not trying to, be pushy about it. So he's just, eagerly, waiting to see what he's gonna say. It's obvious on his face. He's just what is he gonna tell us,
You notice as you all rise up that there are now empty goblets on the long table bench. And Rotan sits on his throne with the horn at the ready.
I take a seat with my blade at my side. I look into one of the cups. Once I see it's empty, I try to betray my severe disappointment after the long night that I have had.
Good evening, my children. I have prepared a meal. He doles out some of the vitae in the horn. Fills up a goblet for each of you.
Oh, well, I like that better then.
Does anyone drink?
I think Gaius would smell it and then figure out his blood and then put it down first.
Oh, but it smells oh so sweet. Roll self-control.
Okay, that's
While he's rolling that, I'm looking at my flaw because I might just drink it and then just like not be able to keep it down. I remember there was like a willpower roll.
Yeah, it's a willpower roll. I think it's just one success at DC of 8, I want to say.
Problem is, it doesn't have the same name in Dark Ages as it does in Modern Ages.
Wait, why did you throw off the blood? Wait, I missed something.
What's the question?
You said he had to roll so he didn't throw off the blood? I was curious what kind of a flaw that was.
Conspicuous consumption. He has to eat pieces of meat and the like, along with the human
Flesh
victim in
eater.
order to imbibe the fluid. Here's my interpretation of this law, because I don't think it specifically says. Vitae is excluded. What conspicuous consumption does is it impairs the transmogrification of blood into vitae that normally occurs when the vampire takes in blood. Because as we know, you can't just get out blood from a vampire once it's in them. Once it hits their tongue, or however they imbibe it, it becomes vitae through transmogrification. So if you take in vitae, it's already been transmogrified, and you take it down like anything else. You're essentially just adding more fluid into a gas tank.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you were right, it's a willpower roll, difficulty 8. Okay. So, considering the way he acted before and how Callum was like just so like because he frenzied, then he was calmed, and then he just went crazy on those people and was just licking up gore. So like at this point, like the thought of blood is slowly becoming less and less like alien to him. He's just more like he's more curious about why it tastes so good and why he wants more of it, So this vitae just like he just gulps it down.
Okay, you add another 5 points of blood.
Oh wow. Well, okay, I only spent one, so I'm at full.
Okay.
No, take it back. I spent one for waking too, so but still full.
Yeah. He doesn't need to be stingy.
So yeah, Callum is like gulping it down. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
I'm attempting to resist the urge.
I drink.
Oh, I didn't give you your results, I'm sorry. You are able to resist gulping it down, but it is oh so tempting.
I lift the goblet's floton and drink. And then I look around and see if I can find Fig.
Okay, 5 points to you. And it's Frigg.
What did I say?
You said fig, that's a tree and a plant that you can eat.
I was speaking druid. You pleb.
Hey,
Fig Newtons.
Okay, record your 5 points of blood.
No.
And the two of you each have advanced your blood bond
I know.
on.
I know.
now that may actually be a lot of it. Is that play dangerous?
Hey, we can hear that. If you can like mute your side when you're not talking, that'd be cool, man.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Mitch, do you drink?
I do not. Hang on 1 second.
What about Gaius?
He rolled a self-control and he put it down. He hasn't committed one way or the other.
He's not sure yet. I don't think it's really clear to him what's happened to him yet. So.
Well,
Okay, just out of curiosity, he didn't tell you exactly what happened. He said, quote, "You will still eventually expire lest you feed upon the souls of humanity stored in their blood." Which is kind of a heavy thing to lay down on a person, but he did tell you.
maybe it's not setting in his mind yet. Like he's not getting it.
Right, given the issues that he already has, like voices and stuff. I don't think it's like really clear to him that it's all actually real.
So he's in denial. He's a vampire in denial about being a vampire. Okay. That's a shitty position to be in, man. I hope that changes soon. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Wotan looks down with disdain at the full goblet. "My children, you wound me," he says.
I look up at him with like blood on my face, like with a hurt look, like as I gulped it down.
"Why do you refuse my bounty?" He looks at the two lads.
It's not my spirit.
He looks at you quizzically. Which one of you is talking, I wonder?
This one.
Very well. And you? He looks at Yanish. What's your excuse? Still in denial.
Marco. You are still muted. Am I the only one not hearing you?
I'm not doing anything.
Okay. Hey, fellas.
Heard that.
Oh, sorry. I have to head out. So I'm not gonna be able to finish up for tonight. But so I was just gonna let you know that I gotta head back to my place.
Oh, well, that kind of sucks, man.
I'm sorry.
Alright, well, I guess just try not to let it happen again.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Alright, well, take care, Marco.
Okay, you guys have a good night.
Good night.
Night.